Good evening everyone, welcome. This is it then. Round 13 at the Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps for the Belgian Grand Prix. The final round of the WWRL Championship in 2018 before we head to Monza at the start of 2019. And what a way to end such a great year here in this league at the one of the best, if not the best circuit in the world. The longest one on the calendar, 7 kilometers long. 19 turns and a mixture of high speed and low speed. The first sector is climbing up the hill, and then the second sector is where you descent down to the twisty forest of the Ardennes. And this should be an absolute cracker. No crisp cracker, and no pun intended, but yeah, let's get into the grid for this race. Without further ado, and it is unsurprisingly Edge on pole with Anonymous alongside it. The Renault front row streak has been ended. Hoba Gamer alongside Milk on the second row, with Diesel and Light Cruiser keeping each other company on row 3. Sportino and Satoshi make up row 4 for Mercedes and Sauber respectively. Bascagino and Crazy Horse round out the top 10, with Mantis and Blinda rounding out the grid. Here we go then, we are all set here for the final round of WWRL here in 2018. The 5 lights are on, and it's lights out, and away we go here at Spa. Edge gets a good start, covers off Anonymous, Pubba game with the drive-through penalty already as he head into La Source, all keeping it clean so far. No, they're not. No, they have not. Ruben has unfortunately come into contact. He's spun round, and I think it might have been with the Red Bull of Wimpy. Now up through Rouge and Rally on it. Edge who leads. Anonymous in second. Pubba game with that penalty will drop right down the second order, and is coming under all sorts of pressure right now from the Sauber of Diesel. Which way is going to go? Trying to find some adequate room to try and get past him. Round the outside it goes. Turn to the inside for turn 6 here at Le Combe. But now, Pubba game with the inside line squeezes his way through, back up into that third place. Look at Milk getting interested in the Bascagino and Smoltino Mercedes pair are also coming into contact. As that's Diesel past him. Yes, Diesel now up into third place. The man who got a podium last time out was having an equally as good start already up to third. Oh, we've lost H-Zerd. We've lost H-Zerd already. Before the opening lap has completed, the Force India man is down, and his wretched luck in the past few races continues. He had an awful amount of lag in Hungary, and it just hasn't continued here, and he's out. For the first lap, it's even over, and Wimpy's race really hasn't gone to plan either. As Milk and Pubba Gamer are swapping positions meter by meter. The Haasman has got ahead of the Williams, who I suspect will come into the pits for his to serve his drive-through penalty, and yes, I will be 100% right with that, as Edge unsurprisingly sets the fastest lap of the race so far, and yeah, Anonymous tucking in behind him for the time being. Oh, look at this. Bascagino and Blunder, two Dutchies going into Le Combe side by side. Bascagino round the outside, bashes his way, and then McLaren who slides his way out of turn 6 and into turn 7. Once again, he's giving it absolutely everything in his bid to try and get ahead of Bascagino, who's forming up a nice train right now. Himself, Belinda, Crazy Horse, another Dutchie, and Satoshi the Austrian rounding out that top 9, as Ruben has managed to gain one position off that horrific start, getting past Mantis. Oh my god, Satoshi has a massive fishtail moment, an extra poo on. Very well saved, sir. And he's lost ground though to these guys battling. Crazy Horse and Belinda, no way through for the Ferrari yet. Oh, Mantis, what has happened to Mantis? Oh, very out of shape. On the exit, or entry I should say, to the bus stop chicane. He's lost a bit of ground between himself and this train, which is occupied by Bascagino being the lead car. And lap 3 means that DRS is enabled, so all the guys within DRS, Milk and Smoltino especially, in the top 5, will try and hunt down their rivals, but I don't think it'll be close to, especially Satoshi. Look how close the Sauber is getting. He's wheel to wheel with the Ferrari heading down towards Le Combe. You can see the fans in the grandstand to their left. It's in towards Le Combe. Satoshi brakes later, brakes better, and makes the place. And Light Cruiser says thank you very much as Satoshi bashes his way past the Ferrari, and the light cruiser makes a place on the Dutchman, as Mantis might fancy getting past that Ferrari, as well as I think Wimp decided to... Oh my word, is that Edge? That's Edge! Unbelievable scenes here. Edge has had a problem on the exit of Puon. A very difficult corner, mind you. And he's lost a bit of front wing. And this is not known. This is not understandable, because Edge never seems to crack under pressure, but today that is how things have accumulated for him, and he's down into 5th place, and surely his chances of winning have been well and truly wrecked by that misjudgment, maybe on the throttle or something, which surprises me considering he uses traction control. And that is absolute disaster for Renault. Double disaster, you could say. It's that's the McLaren of Belinda barging his way past Satoshi on the start of lap 4, and Light Cruiser might try and go round the outside of the source. No, think better of it and maybe get the switchback maneuver. Yes, he is. He's actually going to go side by side, going up towards Rouge and Rani, and he might have the place on Satoshi, who backs out quite wisely. You know, we have seen overtakes the past through there, and that is exactly what Ruben had tried to do, but Satoshi thought better of it. And Satoshi might pick up 2 places in 1 corner. Belinda's lost 2 places. Ruben outside, Satoshi inside, makes a place on the Renault. Super driving there, very well managed through Rouge, Radion and Lecom, and that's Belinda sending you up the inside of Ruben as well. And look at Mantis. Mantis is just lurking in the background, just trying to find a gap where suitable, but there is no gap forming right now. And Belinda makes his move up into 8th. On board with Mantis now. Oh, we're going to switch to this battle now, and Ruben and Belinda side by side in towards bus stop. Ruben has the inside line. They're still going wheel to wheel, hammer and song between the two of them as Edge actually comes into the pits along with Crazy Yoss. So there's A's really not getting well. Ruben just a switcheroo into La Source, and oh, that's a bit confusing. How Belinda went extremely wide. Probably didn't anticipate a late move on the braking there by Ruben, but he manages to keep it clean, and Mantis now will have a much better chance of getting past Ruben down McKemmel straight. Get back into the slipstream, mate, because you have a much better chance. Get that slipstream, pull out to the outside, get that DRS, and sail past that Renault. That's exactly what McLaren's trying to do as well. Into Lecom, the Haas is ahead of the Renault is ahead of the McLaren, and 7, 8 and 9 all going through 5, 6 and 7 in very nice fashion indeed. And that's McLaren of Belinda sending up the inside. The two Dutchies really coming into play here, and Belinda forces his way past Renault and up into 8th place. Here goes Mantis now. He was on the offensive last lap, and now he's chased up to the back of these pair, but they've actually come to the pits as back, you know, and Satoshi. So yeah, Mantis on those soft compound tyres going to go longer, as the leader of the race, Anonymous, has also come into the pit. So it's right now it's Haas 1 and 3, with Diesel being that filling inside of American Sandwich. Blender in 4th, Anonymous and Smiltino both came into the pits, and they come out in 5th and 6th. Satoshi and Edge might come out in 7th and 8th. It's about where Edge comes. Edge has actually got ahead of Bastiano and Satoshi. No, make that just Bastiano. And there is the race leader, Milk, coming into the pits to serve his one and only pit stop if it remains dry, and that means Diesel now takes over the lead of the Grand Prix. Interesting, because he's on the super soft tyres, as Milk was also on the super soft tyres, and Belinda on the softs, pitting quite early. I mean, he can make it to the end on the medium tyres, obviously. Maybe he's trying to do an undercut on some of the guys he was battling. I mean, he was battling guys where they've already pitted, and out comes Milk onto the racetrack itself in 4th place. But look at Sportino on board with him. He's right close to that Haas man, and surely with a more hotter tyres, more up temperature, and especially with the DRS and slipstream, he should sail past this Haas going down towards Lecom. Yep, look at that. The two Dutchies once again coming into battle. They're putting on a great show for the home crowd, especially Belgium being near to the Netherlands. It's absolute great racing so far. Milk almost loses it into turn 7. He loses the place to the Mercedes. Into the pits then comes Diesel and Mantis. One super soft runner and one soft runner, just like last time out, and that means Anonymous now takes over the lead. Once again, will Smoltino out in second place? Milk, will he be out in third, or will it be Diesel? Diesel's coming out the pits right now, and Milk, yes, Milk has got ahead of Diesel, and Mantis actually comes out, oh, very close to Edge, and he's going to actually be just behind him, I think. Yep, they're going to go wheel to wheel, and Mantis now tucks into the slipstream, heading through a Rouge and Radion, and he might have a chance to get past the championship leader now. As unfortunately my controls are going to get back on there. We need to see the action unfold as Edge. Look at that! Look how defensive he's going already, pulling out to the inside of the inside, heading down towards Lake On. Mantis forced to go the long way around the chicane, and he can't quite do it. And he unfortunately will have to go another again. No, no, he's not going to go again because he's spun round. Can he keep it on the island? Yes, he can. Wow, Mantis, that is really wrecked your chance of gaining on Edge and all the guys in front of him as he loses the place to Satoshi in the process. Oh, dear. And Mantis was on the offensive this lap. Now it's time to go on the defensive, but can he put any resilience up on the Mercedes of Basquino in towards Lecom? There he is in your picture. What a late move from Mantis, who sends it up the inside of that second Mercedes. And he managed to stay ahead from Basquino for the time being, but he must be livid with that mistake. He must try and get his composure back and go again and maybe try and challenge Toshi for that 6th place. Exactly what I said. The next lap. Defensive last lap, offensive this lap. Oh, I can't get my words together right now. Mantis makes the move stick. Gives Satoshi a little nudge on the right hand side of his car there, but no harm done, and he is up into 6th place. Unfortunately, 5.4 seconds adrift of the man in 5th place, Edge, which he unfortunately spun around behind. And the second Haas, or the first Haas, I should say, because he's much more ahead of Mantis. He sails past Smoltino. He's been gaining a few seconds, a few tenths a lap, I should say, and now he makes that move up into 2nd place. And now we'll try and challenge Anonymous, but it looks pretty unlikely. So now, seeing as how good and consistent that Toro Rosso is, as Basquino holds off Toshi for the time being. Smoltino hasn't given up on this battle just yet. He's kept within touching distance of that Haas man, and maybe might try and turn that into an overtake round the outside of the car. Milk gives him a little bit of a nudge to the left-hand side and forces Smoltino to a position where he didn't want to go. Didn't want to go, the championship contender, and he remains in 3rd place. And that is Mantis. Oh, Mantis, what has happened? I just realised Mantis is now down into 10th and fighting with Popo Gamer and Blinder. What has happened? He was comfortably ahead of the man in 6th place, Basquino, but now he's squabbling for the minor points paying positions, I should say. And this race has really unfolded for Mantis. It was looking so good, and now it really hasn't. The alternate strategy was bold, but it wasn't executed as well as he thought, as look at Ruben getting ever closer to Basquino. Oh, look at that. Mantis has got ahead of Popo Gamer, and Belinda is getting very interested on overtaking that Williams, who locks up into the bargain as well. Oh, a bit of contact between the rear of the Williams and the front end of the McLaren, and fighting through No Name. Not really an overtaking spot, but McLaren, you know, Blinder, known to overtake wherever is possible. He runs wide at P1, so that's the overtaking chance pretty much gone. Oh no! No! Popo Gamer spun. There was contact between himself and the McLaren, and McLaren didn't really give him enough space there. Squeezed him to the inside, and unfortunately contact was pretty much inevitable at that point, and Popo Gamer has lost a lot of ground in 11th place. Smoltino has lost a place to Diesel. Diesel, the Hungarian, has managed to get past into Stabilo. That's not a place you see overtaking, but Diesel's managed to do it. And Smoltino, after being second a few laps ago, now has fallen out of a podium place, but I'm sure the man himself, that I'm sure Smaltino will definitely not give up that third place without a fight. Not a chance. Oh, what's happened to Ruben? What has happened to Ruben? He's spun and he's made contact with the wall at Radion. And I'm not sure what's happened. Is Ruben pulling out? Is he out? He's parked at Bruxelles, and yes, Ruben is out of the Belgian Grand Prix, and oh, it's absolute disaster for the Renault. Unbelievable. Mantis actually comes into the pits. How unusual there from the Haasman. Maybe he's aiming to get a fastest lap on the board, I don't know. I mean, he was in a battle with Satoshi, and maybe he feels like he can't get past him because of penalties or something. But you know, bold decision. That'll come off, but we never know. This is a final lap. This is Jasper's final attempt of trying to pass that Sauber. He's gaining ever the more. And now we'll pull out to the inside of the inside because Diesel trying to defend that third place for all his might. Jasper goes wide, and all this contact between the Mercedes and the Sauber. And Smaltino has gone onto the grass a little bit, and could that invite Edge to maybe take that final podium place? Because both these guys have penalties, and they're losing ground, and Edge has been having a very quiet second half of this race, trying to catch up to all these guys, and might be able, at the death, to snatch a podium place away. We'll have to wait and see. It's the final lap of this Grand Prix. Here is the man of the moment then, Anonymous. He hasn't won a race so far. Oh, what's happened to Diesel? Diesel has come a cropper. Oh no, the final real corner before bus stop. Oh, it's been an absolute disaster for him. But Anonymous, he hasn't won a race so far this season, but today it changes. He wins the Belgian Grand Prix, and thoroughly deserves that after a run of 5 races with Edge winning. It is time to stop it. Anonymous fully deserving of that, and Edge does manage to take third behind Milk in second position, and Smaltino makes it 4th position, but unfortunately you might be disappointed with that considering what happened to Edge, and he loses out ever more on that championship battle. Basquino makes it 5th, 4 and 5 for the Silver Arrows, and Diesel, oh, what a great shame. He looks certain for a second podium in as many races, but that just hasn't been what happened. That wasn't what? I don't know what I'm making sense, but that wasn't how it was meant to be for the Sauber. He comes home ahead of Satoshi, Mantis in 8th, and Poba Gamer in 9th, and Belinda a lap down, rounding out the top 10 with Crazy Yoss, who disconnected very early on in 11th. But that was very dramatic end to the Grand Prix. I did not expect, well, first off, I didn't expect Jasper to mount a challenge on Diesel, and I didn't expect Diesel to come into contact with the wall. Maybe it was just he couldn't deal with the pressure, or he just lost focus at the most awful of times, and it cost him a podium to Edge, who, you know, he might be satisfied with that. I don't think he will, because he lost that lead through his own doing, and it's his own fault he didn't win, and I'm sure he'll be eager to bounce back in Italy, in Monza, in the Temple of Speed, in a few weeks' time. But there you go then. Anonymous wins from Milk, Edge, Smaltino, Basquino, Diesel, Soshi, Mantis, Pepper Gamer, Belinda, Crazy Yoss, Light Cruiser, Wimpy, and Hate Zerd rounding out the grid. That is going to be it then for WWRL here in 2018. I hope you enjoyed that race as much as I enjoyed commentating it, and we will see you for Monza in the new year. I should say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from me, James Cosy, and I'm sure from Ruben, the founder and the owner of WWRL as well. See you at Monza, but goodbye.